Hey everyone, Golden Ninja 3000 here again. Today I'm reviewing Star Wars The Clone Wars set number 75316 Mandalorian Starfighter. This set has 544 pieces, 3 minifigures, and retails for $60 in the US. This was released on August 1st, 2021, and I was really excited for this set because I really wanted a Bo-Katan minifigure after watching Season 2 of The Mandalorian. Here's Bo-Katan. I really love this figure. She has great torso and leg printing with a metallic shine and even some toe printing, but her helmet is really the standout here for me. I think that the design is really cool. It's printed really well. It's a blue helmet, which is, different from the other Mandalorian helmets I've seen, and the white has a good opacity. She's holding 2 guns. These aren't like regular Star Wars blasters. They're more like the guns that are given to Black Widow. I don't know, what guns they use in the show or anything, so I'm probably just going to steal these and give them to Black Widow because we get like 5 of them in this set. And she has a gunmetal gray jetpack piece, which looks really awesome. LEGO very kindly includes a hair piece for her, which is great, although I don't think it does a super good job of looking like her hair piece in the shows, like either The Mandalorian or The Clone Wars. She has some nice back printing, but... whoops. And she does have an alternate face, but I really wish that LEGO had just made a new mold for her hair, like with that kind of crown thing in it, instead of just printing it on the head, since it gets almost completely covered up and it doesn't really look like her hairstyle. This is Gar Saxon. I have no idea who he is or what he does, but I'm guessing he's affiliated with Darth Maul because of, the red in his outfit and then the fact that his helmet has like these little horns. I've only seen the last 4 episodes of The Clone Wars because my friend wanted me to, so I have no idea, what happens in the show. All I know is that there's a lot of stuff with Mandalore, but I love this figure. It's all in gunmetal gray. It's got great printing designs. I love that helmet. It's just a really cool mold, and again, I really like that jetpack piece as well. He's got a pretty nice face print, and then we do have some more back printing, which is also pretty cool. Here's the Mandalorian Loyalist figure. I'm guessing that this is just a generic kind of like troop minifigure that's on Bo-Katan's side. It's still a cool figure, but I definitely do not like the light bluish gray color as much as the dark gray or the gunmetal gray. I also just feel like it's super awkward to have such a light body and then such a dark helmet and jetpack. But I mean, like I said, it's still a nice figure. And again, like seeing that jetpack piece, I'm really glad that all 3 figures get a jetpack and it's still got great leg printing. There's no face underneath, which I think is really lame. I mean, couldn't we at least get a generic face print like the Stormtroopers or whatever? But we do have some back printing here as well. The Starfighter itself looks awesome. It's got this nice blend of dark bluish gray, light bluish gray, and then you've got dark and regular blue as well. As you can see, it's not sitting super securely right now. It has a tendency to move around, but that's because this isn't technically its landed pose. I just wanted to show you guys a quick look, and then we can start getting right into the play features. So this isn't even its flight mode. To put it into flight mode, you can hold it from the back and then just turn the cockpit. I love the way that that works. That is actually on a ball and socket joint in like the middle of the ship. And I think it's really clever. So now you can have this Starfighter be in flight mode, but there's no good way to hold it up. Like it does rest. It will rest at like an angle like this if you just leave it up. Yeah, there we go. And now it won't fall. But I don't know how to like rig up a stand to make it look good in flight mode all the time. Here's a little bit of a better look at flight mode. And so it looks really great from this side, but then the second you swing it around, all you're gonna see are the undersides of plates. So it really does have one angle that it looks a lot better from. However, to put this into landing mode, it's also fairly simple. This thing's hard to film because it's such a weird shape, but you just have to turn the cockpit back to that mode, and then these wings actually just flip up on like these ratcheted joint connections, like the kind that you would see on like big like Lego walkers, and then you can just rest that on its landing gear. So that is landing mode. Again, it does not look great from this angle because all you're seeing are like those tubes underneath the plates. However, from the other side, I think it looks a lot better. But I mean, you're not really going to be looking at this side all that often. All right, now that I've awkwardly demonstrated the main features of this build, let's start to zero in on some of the finer details. I love like the shape of the cockpit here. I really like how long and, like thin it is. You've got, again, like just great like points up at the front. I really love the use of these just like 1x2 little like curved slopes to achieve that look. This part is also slightly angled down. And then as for like the actual minifigure seating area, this is my least favorite part of the build, because you can see all of these gaps right there, and this cockpit shape is also nothing like the actual vehicle from what I've seen of just like the in-universe material. We do have some stud shooters on the side. You guys know how those work. Just push the trigger. And yep, that one got lost forever. I have no idea where it went. Disappeared into the pile of my stuff behind me. We do have some stickers to try to, like shape like the cockpit glass into what it looks like in the show, but I don't think it's very successful at all. You can lift it up pretty easily, and inside you actually have seating for 2 people. And I just realized how handy it is that this entire thing rotates, because they don't need to pick up the whole build. And they aren't attached with studs, which actually works out pretty well. And there is a printed console down in there. So you can fit Gar Saxon and Bo-Katan in the cockpit. However, Gar Saxon has to be sitting in front, because his horned helmet means that if you put him in the back, this thing is never going to be able to close. That's slightly irritating, but I mean, I understand that limitation. So I'm going to take Bo-Katan. You just have to make sure that that little antenna thing on her helmet, I have no idea what it is. Just have to make sure that's out of the way, and then you can put her in, and then Gar Saxon right in front. He has to be leaning back pretty far, and then both of them fit together. So I'm really happy about that. Again, it's disappointing that he couldn't fit at the back, but I'm just glad that, you can actually get 2 people into this vehicle, because I feel like a lot of times vehicles like this would be single-seater. The only other complaint I have is that there's nowhere to put their weapons. You've got no clips on the outside of this thing, like anywhere. And I think that that is kind of irritating, because I feel like it would have been really easy to just add clips like down here or something. And again, I always like it when Lego gives you weapon storage, because otherwise you just kind of have to dump them in like the figure's laps. And Bo-Katan's hairpiece is like kind of awkward to just like put there. So I wish that there was like a little storage section. As for the back of the ship, I do like, again, the shaping here. It's done very well. You've got a bunch of grill pieces up there and a lot of curving around like the neck of the cockpit. And then you do have a sticker over here on this little wedge brick, and there is some brick built detailing at the back. You've also got these yellow like energy engines at the back of the ship. It's kind of strange to me. I would have figured that there would be blue energy. And like I said, the wings are built up very nicely. I particularly like that blue stripe. I love the way that that's built with just a bunch of those little 2x2 wedge plates. And I mean, I really like building the wings of Star Wars ships. They do get boring because they're very symmetrical. So as soon as you're done with one, it's really boring to go to the next one. But I love the layering. They always have a really good weight to them. And with these, again, I love how all of like the wedge pieces in Lego's catalog are used. Like you've got like the thick version, like the little thick ones. You have like the little long ones. You've got these like newer, like kind of diagonal half tiles. So I really like how all of those come together. You do have spring-loaded missiles at the tips of the wings as well. So all you have to do is just hold and then push. Okay, that was a terrible shot. I don't think I've ever had that horrible of a spring-loaded missile shot. But I mean, you guys know how these things work. And then you do have more stickers on these wedge pieces back here. All the moving parts on this ship make it like very easy to bring things closer to the camera to show you guys. And flipping this over, you do have like these little bricks that are used as landing gear, and you do have a cleverly attached little like wedge brick that has studs facing down. So I do like that. I think it's interesting that, this piece was attached upside down instead of just using, like kind of like the inverse of this piece, like this one. There's like this inverse piece that has studs facing up. So I'm surprised that Lego didn't use that here instead of, putting that upside down. It's also really easy to hold this thing, as I'm sure you guys saw earlier. I'm just holding it from right back here. It's extremely sturdy. The only kind of awkward thing is like the landing gear right here. I feel like it gets in the way of my finger a little bit, but this thing is very swooshable, except for that part I just broke off, but it's very swooshable. And so I really like just grabbing it from here and like flying it around. Here are the extra pieces. It's basically just like a bunch of these kind of like clone accessories or helmet accessories that came for Bo-Katan's helmet. And then we do have some extra shots for the stud shooter and a spring-loaded missile. The box for this set is the typical $50 box size, and I do really like the art. You can see another Starfighter in the corner there. On top, we've got Gar Saxon. And then at the back, it shows you the land-in mode and some of the other play features. We've got a nice big instruction manual for this set, and at the back we do have the Star Wars ads that we have seen for all of the August sets. So these are the Clone Wars sets from this year and last year, as well as the Bad Batch shuttle. On this side, we have all of the August 2021 minifigures, and then on the right, we have an ad for the Skywalker Saga game. I really like this set. I have never bought this many Star Wars sets in my life at once, as I keep saying in all of these Star Wars reviews for summer 2021, but I don't know, it's just like, there are certain ships that I really like in Lego from Star Wars that I don't particularly care about in universe. I just like buying, like that's the thing, I don't like Star Wars, but I like Lego Star Wars. And this set is like the perfect example of that. I have no idea what this thing is. I have no idea who these characters are. I have no idea like what happens in the TV show that this is based off of. But I just think that this is a really awesome vehicle. I love, you know, like the unique wings. I love like the rotating cockpit. It's got a lot of interesting play features. And I like that it has space for 2 minifigures. The only thing I could have asked for was I would have really preferred a new hair mold for Bo-Katan. I would have, you know, not liked so much gapping around the cockpit. I wish that there was like a different cockpit glass piece that they could have used. And I want like a place to store weapons. But I mean, those are nitpicks. I think that this is a great set. Star Wars sets are always overpriced. This one is $60. I feel like that's not ridiculous. It would obviously be a lot better at $50, especially with 544 pieces. But to be fair, a lot of those pieces are very large plates. So overall, I think it just depends. I think that to me, I don't feel ripped off. I just don't really feel like it's worth $60. So if you like this set, I'd say buy it at full price. It's not terrible. It's definitely not, you know, as overpriced as some other Star Wars sets. But if you don't really care about it, I'm sure if you wait for like a few months, it's going to be on sale from like Amazon or Walmart or Target or something. So that's it for today. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and check out my website, goldenninja3000.com. And I'll see you guys with more videos soon. Bye for now.